Homer and Bart lit a bunch of firecrackers and launched them straight at their neighbor's house, which just so happened to be the residence of a former president. After setting things off, Homer knocked on the front door and quickly ducked into the bushes to hide. George, thinking his sons had come home, opened the door, only to look up and see two suns flying through the air. Without missing a beat, Bart slapped some industrial-strength glue onto George's head, and Homer followed up by throwing a brightly colored wig on top. The prank worked. George ended up making a complete fool of himself during a public speech, his ridiculous hair stealing the spotlight. Furious and humiliated, George vowed to get back at the Simpsons. But Homer and Bart weren't about to back down. They plotted a counterattack of their own. The two of them snuck into the sewer system, with Bart lugging a crate full of live locusts. Meanwhile, George had just finished venting his anger somewhere and stepped out of his car feeling quite pleased with himself. But as he glanced down, spotted Homer and Bart peering up from the sewer grate. Without hesitation, George dove straight in.
Hey, turkeys, behind you!
The brawl broke out right there in the sewers. Homer was no match for the nimble, surprisingly spry old man, so he grabbed a handful of mud and hurled it right into George's eyes, and used his weight advantage to pin him down. George, not giving up easily, pulled a secret weapon out of his wristwatch. But Bart was quick. He chucked the entire box of locusts at George. Swarmed by the bugs, George had no way to fight back. The chaos spilled from the sewer up to the street. At that point, George's wife stepped in and demanded he apologize to Homer. With no choice, George obeyed. The very next morning, George and his family moved out of the house. Almost immediately, the place was sold again. And as it turns out, another former president had moved in. He greeted Homer warmly. And before long, the two of them were kicking back and sharing a beer together.